There are so many suggestions that have been coming on board on who should really deputize Kalonzo Musyoka come 2027. Who will be the running mate for Kalonzo Musyoka? Now, it's very clear that people have chosen Eugene Wamalwa. But now we want to open the field to many other candidates and look at what are some of the things that Kalonzo Musyoka should consider before settling on a certain deputy president. According to me, I've done a video on this and I've said Eugene Wamalwa is not qualified. Personally, is not qualified according to my opinion. And I've given a reason, some my reasons there. Please, you can go and check. But now, what are some of the considerations that Kalonzo Musyoka must put on board before settling on a deal with anybody to bring on board? You know, one thing that we realized that Kalonzo was targeting to central region, to western Kenya and bringing in Eugene Wamalwa. It is simply because of the aspect that Eugene Wamalwa is from a huge community, so he can bring so many votes on board. That is not going to work because there are other dynamics. I have done a video on that. You can go and check. Now, before I dive into this video on what considerations Kalonzo Musyoka should consider, please make sure that if this is the first time you're watching our videos, make sure that you subscribe, like and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. Now let me dive into the analysis today. Now as we speak today, there are so many parameters that are going to determine the 2027 general elections results. We have the Gen Z of the youths in this country. Of course, we have the track record of William Ruto. We have the track record of past leaders that have been in power. So if Kalonzo Musyoka has come out to become a presidential candidate, he must consider the other two aspects. The popularity of that person. Of course, the political muscle that he has. You have also talk about the track record, because that's one thing that Kenyans are looking at. And he has also to consider the numbers. Let's start from the track record. The youth of this country want somebody, not just the youths, even the old generation, because of the poor performance of William Ruto, because of his incompetence with his government, with this, because you can all see she and Shaf not working, this and that not clear, this and that taken to court. It has been up and down for William Ruto in his government. Nothing is completely genuine, nothing is working well. There's no serious work that's happening in the country. So most people are fed up and they want people with a track record, people they believe can perform. So therefore, Kalonzo Musyoka must consider somebody who is going to fill that gap. Who is going to fill the gap of good track record, performance? That's the first thing you must consider. The second thing, it is somebody who is accepted by both the youths and the old generations. There are two people the youths accept in this country. That is Matiang'i and Okiya Omtata. Who among the two, I want to see in the comment section, can deputize Kalonzo Musyoka? So the track record and acceptance by the youths are very major things that you must consider when you are going to choose a leader. One thing I want to tell you here categorically about the Gen Zs of this country. This is a group you cannot sit down and start dictating or explaining so many things to tell them why you chose this person. No. These people, before you tell them, they know. Very sharp people. My friend Martin knows that. Such people are like that. Before you settle on a certain leader, they know this person, they know his track record, they can tell you what this person has done and why they don't want him. Even without you telling them, you have to put it back in your mind that they know. And in their list, when I look at what the Gen Zs talk about, there's nowhere we've ever seen Eugene Wamalwa. Nowhere. Even Kalonzo Musyoka hasn't come out as their favorite presidential candidate. He has not. The youth of this country are yet to accept Kalonzo Musyoka. So let him not make the same mistake he has made about himself, judging him like he's a potential presidential candidate. Go ahead to make the same mistake by just assuming Eugene Wamalwa is accepted across the country. William Ruto will win very early in the morning. Assuming that it's him versus Kalonzo. Assuming other people are not coming on board, like Matiang'i and the rest. So therefore, the Gen Zs, you don't choose for them. You don't explain and tell them stories about somebody. They know the person they want. So therefore, Kalonzo Musyoka, listen to the youth of this country. Subject them even to Twitter spaces. They will give you a presidential candidate and they'll give you the running mate very early in the morning. I'm telling you this because I have an experience with a Gen Z very close to me. His name is Martin, as I mentioned here. So as we progress to give Kalonzo Musyoka more advice on how he's going to beat William Ruto, he must remember to listen to the ground of youths. I talked of numbers. If you see the kind of strategy Raila Amolo Odinga has put in the Western region, that means the numbers of that region are divided, completely broken. So you cannot focus on Western region to get a running mate from there. Forget about it. Forget about Western region. Unless people change completely and vote according to issues. I'm doing this analysis based at the back of my mind, knowing that these things are going to remain just as they were in 2022. If things change for 2027, well and good. But if you're going to find ourselves voting tribally, the way we have been voting, if we find ourselves voting based on money that we are given, if we find ourselves voting based on the influence from these influential leaders we have in the country, therefore Kalonzo Musyoka cannot go to the Western region. Where do we also have the numbers? We have the numbers in Mount Kenya. Gachagua is impeached. Who is going to be brought on board? According to me, there are two people from Central Kenya. First person, Ndindi Nyoro. Ndindi Nyoro, there's an appeal that this gentleman brings out of someone who is informed, who can be able to be like Kibaki, someone who can be able to deliver. Because he has delivered in his constituency, he has created that appeal, he has created this national appeal. People like him, the way he works, not just the common Mwananchi, but also the leaders across the country. That's the first one. Second is the knowledge he has. Whenever he speaks about the economy, he articulates things so well. Thirdly, he's a young man. He can be able to appeal the young generation. That's another one. Also, Ndindi Nyoro has been very quiet. When it comes to the issues that affect the common Mwananchi, he's always very careful. Because he knows what the people want. Another person I want to talk about here, it is Peter Kenneth. Peter Kenneth, first of all, we cannot accuse him of anything. When he was an MP, I think at Gatanga, he did very well. And actually was rated as the best performing MP in Kenya, if not the best, actually among the best performing MPs in Kenya. And the young generation don't have a grudge with him. Probably if he's brought on board, he can easily work out things for this country. And he can help Kalonzo Musyoka. I'm doing this analysis here and I hope Kalonzo is watching, so that he can be able to move fast. Because if Matiang'i goes for Peter Kenneth and Ndindi Nyoro at once, then that means Kalonzo Musyoka is isolated. No options, just prepare to be in opposition. If Gachagua, I'm not so sure whether by 2027 he'll be able to command, but if he'll be doing so, he'll be another person to beat as well. But now that he's not going to, he might not vie in 2027, probably, that is a likelihood that someone else will be emerging. And now, before someone else goes for that someone else within Central region, let Kalonzo move fast and make the right decision. 2025 is just approaching. It's not too far from 2027, and that's enough for campaigns to kick off. That's just 2 years will be remaining. Who do you think should deputize Kalonzo Musyoka? Let me see it on the comment section, but kindly before you do so, please make sure that you hit the subscription button, so that next time when you upload a video here, you can be notified automatically. Make sure that you comment, and let me see who is your preferred Deputy President for Kalonzo Musyoka come 2027. My name is Abel Mukwa. Keep following for the videos that we do here, because that's the best support you can always give this channel. See you next time for more videos.